Good morning from Ohio. Uh, I'm talking about sports collectibles. I've been a sports collector, a card collector, since I was 10 years old or even younger. Back in the 70s, into 80s, 90s, even into my adult years. And I love collecting sports collectibles. It's kind of funny because back then, it's amazing the cards I've had over the years at over any given time. I had Wayne Gretzky's rookie card at one point. I've had his first 5 years actually at any given point. I can't go into all the rookie cards I've had in hockey, in football, baseball, basketball. Over the years, when we were young, we didn't ever estimate what sports collection would be like at that given point. And we collected, we traded. As the years went by, we became more and more invested into how big the hobby was, more than just trading, but for investment purposes. And when I got into my younger teenage years and my young adult years, I just collected cards of all sports and even magazines and sports memorabilia. But over the period of time, and especially as I got older, I traded them in, or in fact, I gave up a lot of my great cards so I could take a trip to Florida and sold my magazines and my sports cards. And then eventually I gave it up, and then, of course, I eventually got married and moved, and the hobby was kind of so with me. And then I started again while I got married, and now I've been widowed, and I've been starting my sports collectibles up in terms of a hobby and somewhat of an investment. But I think right now, in terms of sports, I just brings back great memories of all the players I grew up with. And the sports in a time in the 70s and 80s and even 90s was totally different. The athletes, everything was different about that time. But I enjoy sports collecting, more memorabilia cards. I've started to build things up again. Nothing like it was, but I think it's okay. I'd like to meet more sports memorabilia card collecting fans. It'd be nice to trade and things like that, but this is what I've been doing lately. I've been collecting sports, even sports magazines. I think I have collected old Sports Illustrateds, old baseball magazines, well, from the 80s, and some of them were from the 70s. Sporting News, Sports Illustrateds, Sport, Beckett's. I think one of my Sports Illustrated that I love is a 76 Walter Payton Sports Illustrated. It's in a wrap. It's really, really cool. I was able to pick it up at a cheap price. So that is really the prize of my sports. But I love this magazine. Also, I got some Fran Tarkenton's older. I got hockey, Sporting News, older Sporting News. Like I said, hockey Beckett's in the 80s, 90s, Sports Illustrated, 1980, Nolan Ryan, baseball annual, beginning of the year. Older sports magazines, Scale Sayers, Bob Greasy right here. Then the first couple of years of LeBron. Actually, I was fortunate to go his first year. In fact, I got this right here with the Timberwolves here in Cleveland. The first couple of years, in particular, this one, his first year that he was playing in November, LeBron and the Cavaliers. And I worked for the Indians, too, in 1997 when they went to the American League Championship Series. I worked custodial. I worked the majority of the games. I collected game programs from the 97, in fact, 98 season. And they're kind of cool. They're all pretty much meant I've saved them. Another Cavaliers program, of course, living in Ohio now. Hockey, Cleveland Barons, Cleveland Monsters, Lake Erie Monsters. I collect all sorts of game programs. Being from Minnesota, I collect North Star memorabilia. But what I really love is this, in the early 90s, the Dream Team of Bird, Johnson, Barkley, Jordan, mint condition. Then bobbleheads, and of course my Bird Jordan cards. Kevin Garnett from being in Minnesota, going to several Timberwolves games. Bobblehead game programs. Of course, my hockey, my Pop Stalls, Walter Payton there, and Bobby Hall. And some of my cards, my really nice Gordie Howe card, Bobby Clark, my 70s Fran Tarkenton, Terry Bradshaw, Bob Greasy, and then, of course, my starting lineups, Pavel Bure, Brett Hall, and then, of course, again, my Pop Stalls, Gretzky, Jordan, LaFleur, Bobby Clark. I collect those as well, as far as starting lineups. And then, like I said, the Sports Illustrateds, Joe Montana from the 80s, legends, Walter Payton, Terry Bradshaw, starting lineups. And then I got Jerry Rice and Steve Young, Aikman, Marshall Falk, Elway, Brett Favre. Kind of cool. I enjoy collecting all these sports memorabilia, figurines. On this side, again, I collect Sports Illustrateds with Jordans. Larry Bird, McHale, classic doubles. Then Griffey and Rodriguez. My hockey, Gretzky, Lemieux, Hasek, Patrick Waugh. Love collecting those. It's kind of really awesome. And then my sports magazines here. I love this 81 game program. Mint condition. Love it. With Bird on the cover. It was actually played here in Cleveland. I picked this up for a dirt cheap price at a flea market. Flea markets are really good to pick up really good deals. And then being from Minnesota, my Viking programs, again, my Michael Jordans, 2015 World Series between the Indians and the Cubs, more Jordans. I got this cool All-Star Game program, the last All-Star Game at Yankee Stadium in 2008. Really cool, mint shape. And all sorts of different things. I have a Super Bowl program here from Denver and Seattle, 2014. So that's cool. And then I have also old stuff I collect from different teams, like the Brewers, and then I got 100-year anniversary of the Indians. The Twins, when they opened the Metrodome, their yearbook, I have a whole bunch of Twins stuff too. And then more Brewers, more Twins, all sorts of stuff. Old Sports Illustrateds, magazines from the last 20, 30 years. There's just so much stuff here. Cards of all sorts of types. Like I said, old Sports Illustrateds, World Series, George Brett from the 70s. So I love collecting sports stuff. Sports memorabilia, it's fun. More Jordans here. Old Sports Illustrateds, all are mint shape, or close to mint, maybe not perfectly mint. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool collecting Kobe Bryant's, Super Bowls. Remember when the Giants beat the Patriots? So it's kind of cool collecting all this. I remembered the Denver John Elway Super Bowl. The Cowboys, of course. And of course I collect sports cards. Hockey, a lot of hockey and football. I've restarted my collections, particularly in the early 90s. So it's kind of cool collecting sports. And if there's any fellow sports collectors out there with memorabilia cards, it'd be great to conversate with you. But that's what I've been up to, and I enjoy my collection. I love collecting, and just wanted to show some of you my collection. Well, Talk to you later.